When I first got elected in January of 2010, January 4, the city of Atlanta had $7.4 million in reserves. And that is a city with a budget of about $1.6 billion. On just this Monday, we were able to announce that the city had audited financials by KPMG of $126 million in reserve that we've grown over the last 36 months. I'm also happy to announce today that we will not have a property tax announcement in the fourth year. So I would have kept my promise to you that we would not raise property taxes while I was mayor during my first term. And I'm hopeful that I will be able to keep that promise going through my second term. As I stand here today, we've hired more than 700 police officers. We have more than 1,910 police officers. We've stood up the biggest police force in the history of the city of Atlanta. And this year, 85 people were murdered in the city of Atlanta. That's the second lowest number since Lyndon Baines Johnson was president. Because I believe that safety is fundamental. It's fundamental to everything that we do here. If we have a city that is safe, and when we deal with violent crimes, the better we do on violent crimes allows us to go to quality of life and property crimes and expand it and expand it and expand it until our city is cleaner and safer and stronger. We had scheduled 4 water rate increases, but with the help of the president's administration, the 4 water rate increases, Atlanta already has among the 3 highest water rates in the United States of America. We will not have those now because we renegotiated the longest water and sewer consent decree in the United States of America. President Obama's administration gave us 13 years more. Working with a grant, $3.1 million from Bloomberg Philanthropies, the city of Atlanta entered a challenge by the President of the United States to house 100 veterans in 100 days. The city of Atlanta won that challenge. We were first in the United States of America. We house 114 veterans with sustainable housing, and we've now housed 300 veterans in the city of Atlanta, on our way to 1,000. Working together, we opened Hartsfield-Jackson's International Terminal, and for whatever anybody wants to say, it sends a message to the world about who we are. It is first rate, it is LEED certified, and it allows us to have an international connectivity that is almost unmatched. And it maintains our position as of having the most successful passenger airport on the planet Earth, excluding no one, including China, and we handle 20 million more passengers than China. The state of Georgia is now the 9th largest state in the union, 8th largest state in the union. The metro area was one of the 3 fastest growing in the United States of America. We're now the 9th largest metro in the union. The city of Atlanta has the 3rd largest concentration of Fortune 500 businesses in the United States of America. We said that we were going to build a civil and human rights museum, and my goodness, in the teeth of the worst economy, we cut the ribbon, and that thing is going to come online, and it's going to be world class under the leadership of my predecessor, Mayor Franklin. And then we decided we were going to go out and build a college football Hall of Fame in this awful economy. But you know what we did, Atlanta? We cut the ribbon on that too. My plan is to make the city of Atlanta the logistics hub for the Western Hemisphere. That is my plan. And I know my communications folks hate when I say that, but I'm unhinged today. We've got the most successful passenger airport in the world. We have a rapidly expanding cargo capability. We've got the fastest growing port on the eastern seaboard. We've gotten more than 101 clearances from 4 different administrations, and our record of decision from the Army Corps of Engineers for our port deepening. Y'all, it might not look like it, but this city is on the move. But we have passed $1 billion in the number of television shows and motion pictures that are in Atlanta, and it is terrific because it hits on so many different levels. You have everything from carpenters to caterers to the hotel business that's impacted by the film space. And you're just going to see more and more of it. So I think that Atlanta will be number 3 in the United States of America within the next 2 years in terms of where television and motion picture entertainment is created. We're in the top 5 right now. The biggest key to keeping young people in the city of Atlanta is having jobs for them. Because our university system and our college system is as good as anybody, certainly on the Eastern Seaboard. I mean, we have among the 4th highest, most well-educated population in the metro region on the Eastern Seaboard. But I've got to make sure that there are real jobs there for folks that come out of these incredible schools. You know that Ambassador Young and I are close. And I think that he is probably the biggest influencer on me in terms of my behavior. He is the person that I talk to, probably more than any former elected official. But that's really the model for me. Our biggest business is the convention and tourism business. It's a $10 billion business that employs 200,000 people. The way that the financing of that $300 million is structured, it's going to be paid for about 86% of folks who don't live here. Last year, Georgia had approximately 37 million visitors who paid a hotel motel tax. So the city of Atlanta is going to have the Falcons organization pay $700 million. We would contribute $300 million from the hotel motel tax by people who don't live in the city. And then the Falcons organization turns the asset over to the state. And we have a world-class facility. And that's the business that we're in, and we're in a position to compete for an MLS team. So I think it's the right thing. I think that Georgia is on an irreversible path towards a Democratic majority. But it's still going to be bipartisan. No. It's going to be bipartisan because of the way that the districts are shaped. So I think that you're still going to have Republicans and Democrats, and we're going to be working together for a long time. I believe that Hillary Clinton's going to be the nominee of the Democratic Party in 2016, and I believe that her and Bill Clinton are going to compete for Georgia, and I think they're going to win it. I love my job. I don't want to do anything else. I just hope that folks will let me continue to do it, and I'm going to do what it takes to continue to do it. Y'all are stuck with me for 5 more years.